Watch out, Chapo's. Back. Oh, man. Chapo's. Hang on, buddy. You little ripper! Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and hope you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about chicken dinners. I'm going to show you some highlights. Well, not highlights. I'm just going to show you the end of the chicken dinners. Some of them are very straightforward, like this one, where we just, decide to headshot at maximum range and velocity. That bloke was wearing the same outfit I was wearing as well. Very, very cool. And others of them are more exciting, like this one where I'm on Sanok. And the main pushing force behind this is I get asked all the time by people in the YouTube comments and such, Bushka, how do you do with this? How do you do with that? And I just thought I'd show you some flat out normal chicken dinners. Now, these weren't because I thought, well, this is the best chicken dinner I've ever had. This is because I really wanted to just talk you through the period of time directly leading up to the final bits of the game. Talk about why I got there and how I got there and all that kind of thing. And run you through the decision-making process, and maybe you can take a little bit of that and put that in your gameplay and it makes you a better player. Or if you're a much better player already, maybe you just get a bit of a kick out of watching an old tubby bloke like me go around and do his best. This game was actually a pretty cool finish, this one. Yeah, easy chicken dinner. Just take 3 targets, make it 1 shot at a time, and you don't really earn or learn anything from that. So let's talk about this game. This is a good start. This is a game where we're on Erangel. We're just above the red compound, the double-story compound outside of Pubg, between there and the sea. And I want to talk about 2 things here. This is a real ranged engagement, for me anyway. And it does boil down. And you'll note I'm not stopped moving the entire time. And a big part of as you get up the rankings, particularly, you will find that very, very few of your targets compared to lower ratings are actually stationary. And you're going to have to start hitting your sniper shots on moving targets. That's cool because you can do it. The more you do this, the better you'll get at it, and the more likely you are to win these little one-on-ones. He's bailed out the window down there. I'm looking on the right. He's going to pop up on the right there in just a second. That was an unintentional shot. Good for me. I'm also dead smack bang in the middle of the zone here. Hey, I like that. I like to be on a ridge if at all possible. And if you've watched the channel for any length of time, you'd know I spend an awful lot of time looking backwards as opposed to just looking forwards and making sure that I've cleared the area behind me before I start progressing towards the middle. Now, that guy that we were dealing with down there in the 2-story, we're pretty sure he's still focused and hanging out down there. He doesn't know that I've relocated. And I'm just working these little ridge lines. There's a lot of bumps here, and the bumps are going to be my friends. They give me the opportunity, if I do get in trouble, I thought he bailed out. No, he hadn't. He was still up there. If I do get in trouble, to actually get a heal off. And that's a really important consideration. We missed that shot because we don't want to sit still. We don't know. He's not the only guy here. Hey, that's a big part of it. The targets you can't see can kill you just as easily as the targets that you are actually engaging and can see. So you need to be making sure that you're looking around the traps and focusing on one target, but also you're completely prepared and ready for the guys that are there. I knew there'd be someone coming in on a 6, and that's why I always check the 6. As the zone shrinks down and you get less and less time as a player, you see people make those mistakes or just get caught out. Like that guy got shifted by the zone and then he got forced to push into me, and I had a sniper rifle. He had no idea where I was, so he got hammered. I know there's a UAZ there. I'm just jumping around like a lunatic. Now, there's 2 schools of thought with this whole jumping thing. One is makes it harder to hit, which is cool. The other is it's really easy to hear. And if they can hear you, they can set up for the shot and all that, but I like to move. I find being inactive is surrendering the advantage. Now, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes being inactive is the right call, and it can be hard to figure that out. But for all that, I feel like if someone has an idea where I am and I sit still, I'm surrendering the terms of the engagement to them. They get the advantage. They get the upper hand. That's how I feel anyway. So it's part of my play style. And if you've watched the games, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. There's only one other guy left. There's a UAZ there. I'm like nearly dead certain he is the other side of this ridge line, but I am crossing my T's and dotting my I's before I go over there, because the last thing you want to do is do all this work, and God knows I've done this enough times, and have a cavalier attitude towards the enemy, think that because you've got 13 kills you know what you're doing, and just get romped as you go waltzing past some bloke in the grass in a ghillie suit who's running a grozer. And he has, in fact, surrendered the initiative here. He is lying down in the grass. And even worse, he's lying down in the grass next to a vehicle, next to a tree. In a ghillie suit. I mean, that's... The eye is drawn firstly to the vehicle, and then secondly to the guy in the suit. It's a lay down misère that you're going to wreck him. This is a game I actually thought was a lot better. I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you a Crown Duos game with Ouija and myself, where Ouija has to bail. Oh, learn to shoot, Bushka, you potato. I keep tagging that bloke, but it's not killing him. Like, must be made of stainless steel or something. I get absolutely hammered here. I really liked this game because it was... Man, look at what I've got left in the kick. There's not much. There's bullets whizzing everywhere. I get hammered a bunch of times, and deservedly so. And the thing that I really wasn't happy about here was I had 9 kills, and I was kind of chasing a number. I thought 9 kills, 16, 17 left. If I get 8 of those, that should be a good number. It'll make a good video, good content. And so I kind of lost my way and played it in a very, very silly fashion, and come out here and I start shooting a UAZ and nearly get wrecked again. Look at my helmet. Look at my vest. That's really poor play. Very, very poor play. And I'm still, look at me. I'm so aggressive. Sometimes I watch these videos and I'm like, wow, I'm not even healed there. I'm half health, no helmet, and half a vest. And I'm ready to pro lane out and try and headshot the guy on the other side of the river. Lake. What an idiot. Just smoke grenading that car there. Gonna use that to hopefully, I was hopeful of finding a better vest, but no good. Now I'm going to run into a house and slow down. Yeah, good for me. Car's nearly wrecked. I'm outside the zone. I don't have a lot of good options, and there's actually quite a few people left for such a small zone. There was a lot of people camping Yasna, and I was having a whale of a time wrecking him as they wallowed around below me, but then things got nasty, as you saw there, and I got stuffed. So what I want to do is get to the high ground. I figure at least if I'm on the high ground, I can overlook these ridges. I don't have to worry about anyone below me. And the guys above me, if there is anyone there, I'll be able to deal with. Now, this is just going to show you the value of a ghillie suit. There is a guy out there in a ghillie, and I thought he was a bush. Look at me. Trying to get that syringe in, moving around, which is why I don't take so much damage from that bloke when he does start shooting. He's got a Mark 14, I think it is, up there. I actually pan across him with the 4x scope I got on the M4. He's behind that rock. Now, one of the things also here is I'm not running a fully kitted out M4. It's got a suppressor on it, which gives you next to no help with your gun handling. He's just to the left of that rock. I think that's a bush, hey? And it doesn't have a tactical stock on it, which is... It means that it's not going to basically go where you point it as well as it does when it's fully kitted. Compensator and a tactical stock would improve that gun handling no end. I'm happy for him to bang away at the car all day, and I bought the car here for this very reason, and that's why I parked it at the top of this circle, so that I would be able to use the car as cover if I needed it, and lo and behold, we did. We needed it. We're not going to be taking the car anywhere else, and I'm just trying to peek out the edge of this smoke now, see if I can see him, and I finally realised, hang on, that's him right there, moving around over there. Bizarre, hey. I thought that was a bush. I absolutely thought that was a bush. And as he's coming in, there's another bloke up there, and they have a little gunfight, and now I'm worried about him. So this is actually one of the worst games you're going to see in terms of things I do, because what I do next is terrible. The zone is 80 meters below me. I decide that I'm going to try and clear this guy. Now, I understand that my thinking at the time was he's going to push through me so I can take this engagement and then get to the zone. really doesn't work out. He's pushing down towards the zone, and I know he's got to be coming the other side of this ridge. So I'm keeping an eye out for him. I'm really focused on finding him. He's going to be up there somewhere, and he hasn't actually moved. I put myself between him and the zone. So the gunfight is going to happen if he turns up here at all. And he knows where I am, or the general vicinity, and he really hasn't progressed down towards the zone. And you can see here, I'm just going to hit him a couple of times. I'm like, dude, you stay there. That's fine. Knock yourself out. And I kind of got lucky with that one, because if he had pushed all the way down, and you can see the play zone just wrecks him. If he had pushed all the way down, I could have got caught in the gunfight and died to the zone as well, because the zone does actually catch me as I'm running in. I have to drop my M416 and start running in. So I thought that was a big error. And as I'm running in, I'm getting hit. And because I'm running behind the zone, I have no choice in the matter. I go as low as possible and get behind this tree here. And there's a little bit of a ridgeline between the guy that was shooting me and the guy below me, who actually killed the guy that was shooting me. So that was a lucky break for me. But I know there's another person left, and I'm thinking that he's probably somewhere over there to the southeast, maybe, because the southeast was where I didn't hear a gunshot from there. It turns out he's actually directly south of me here, right next to the guy that killed the guy who was shooting me as I was running in. But, you know, he's just snaking in the grass. Now, again, I do not go and stay down in the grass. It is not what I'm about. I find that, especially in first person, it gives up such a massive advantage. And I just won't play third person on Erangel unless I absolutely have to with mates or something, because these final circles are just crap. You get people lying in the grass. And that, as far as I'm concerned, that's the most undynamic, uninteresting form of gameplay you could possibly have. Magic grass, hip firing while completely stationary is about as much fun as poking my eyeballs out with a blunt spoon. Not interested at all. So for me, I'll play third person on Miramar. I think that's a lovely place to play third person. And occasionally on Sanhok when I'm feeling suicidal and I just want to really work things out. We nearly blow that too, because we were zoomed in on a three times, and that M416 did not have the gun handling that it has when it's running a compensator and attack stop. This game's of particular interest because Ouija YOLOs these two guys down here in the bunker to give me a break. We clear him. Again, M16A4. Ouija had to bail. He had to go and do some work. So I revived him anyway, because, you know, you get points, you get rating for doing all the good things. I get Ouija up. And we're on the NA server here. So 212 ping, goes up to about 250 at times. And we're playing Crown Duos at the moment. The Duos on NA was where I tried to grind rating this season. The ping's been killing me, and we just can't do it at the moment. It's a bit of a nightmare. The desync's been horrific of late. But I'm going to try and get Ouija here and bring him home across the line and do the best. I've got the M24. I've got an 8x scope. I'm going to switch up to the M416. Now, the reason I switched to the M416 there is because I'm thinking I may have to take a longer range engagement. And a fully kitted out M416 has a hell of a lot better gun handling than a M16A4 these days. The M16A4 got nerfed pretty hard in a recent patch in terms of gun handling. The old M16A4 used to fire off a burst, and the first 2 rounds of the burst would hit just about together. You can see Ouija's just AFK. Whereas nowadays, the first 2 rounds in the burst fire way apart, and you're really only getting one reliable shot in at any decent kind of range. There's 13 left alive. I've only got 3 kills. We had a really, really quiet game, but the ending was pretty cool. I can hear that there is 2 above us here. You can see Jahir Garduno has an AWM. There's footsteps directly above me, which means that guy is within 20 meters, and I've waited for him to start firing so that I know he's focused in. And then I'm just going to come up here, clear the target. He plays this pretty well. He gets down, but his mate's going to be somewhere nearby. It is duos, looking for the footprints, trying to track those footprints. And I wonder, I do this kind of thing in my head where, should I push him? Well, I've got Ouija here. I may as well make use of Ouija, and I just actually pull all the way back here so that if he does push down and he's going to go for a kill, he may just kill Azza and leave me on my lonesome. So I'm going to leave Ouija right there, But I don't need Ouija in the end anyway. He does put down, and we managed to clear Blip 213 before he can get down and even see Ouija. So now there's 7 left alive. I've got lots and lots of gear, all the stuff. The other guy had like an AWM in his crate. I think, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance because the zone was coming and it was a proper hurdy zone. Ouija, you can see, goes down there to the play zone. And we're now pushing into Saveni. Now, Saveni, I've been wrecked in this situation before, driving across this open plain to Saveni. So I'm really, really focused on just getting to a house as quickly as possible. We get in there and we set up shop, and there's only 5 people left. Now, I don't know this at the time, but I'm actually stuck between 2 different duos here. There is a duo just to my north, probably actually more to my east, and then there's a couple of guys headed up towards my favorite spot in this area of the map, the Saveni Ridgeline, up to the other side of that crate. They're just a little bit... There we go. He moved just as I took that shot. Lucky for him. And then jerks again just as that shot goes. Get the body shot there. Just trying to drag a shot out of him. Trying to see if I can get a shot. Oh, there's a second target. We get a headshot into him. And they go back and start. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shoot your buggy. Just in case you have to come down the mountain towards me. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen anyway. So I don't want to take too long shooting the wheels of this buggy. Because the last thing I need to do here is get headshot and lose it all. Or at least get myself in dire peril when I don't know where anyone else is. I'm determined to shoot those wheels off, though. There you go. That's a victory for Bushka. I can hear that there's someone behind me, so I immediately relocate and start looking for that target. How different is the gun handling on this in this game compared to the gun handling in the last game on the M416? I do run my M16A4 occasionally as a budget DMR. I'd rather run a Mini 14. But the M16 is so much better at close range. For me, it's replaced the AKM as that close range boss. And then I'll run an M416 if the engagements are going to get a little bit further apart. It's just really horses for courses here. Now, that guy I knocked in there is in a really tough spot. His partner goes in to revive him and then starts getting hit by the zone. There's just no way of actually keeping him alive. They know that I'm out here waiting for him. The play zone actually knocks him again after I've already knocked him once, so he did get revived. And then his partner tries to get him up again and just bails in the end. Can't help him. And this is him over here. And so we clear that squad. And there's only 1 duo left. Not a squad, sorry. Just the duo. Just the facts, ma'am. So this is the last one, and this is for Azza. This is for Ouija. We've actually had some great games of late, Ouija and I, and Chapos and Swiss too. They've been popping around and dropping lots of love. Now, I'm giving these guys a lot of credit because they're the last guys left alive. It is a crown game, so I figure that they will actually be able to shoot, and hence I'm trying to not make the trades bad. I am looking for the target, and I don't want to just keep poking the one side. So I poke this corner next. And then I think, you know what? I don't have time to muck around with this. I've already hit him pretty hard once. Hopefully he'll stay low. I'm going to just bust on over to this rock, get into the zone, and do a little bit of M416 work. This is where the magic happens. I'm going to bounce a couple of smokes over here. One close, one medium. And that ridge is custom built for a Bushka incursion. Have a look at it. I will get to peak this ridge. Now, if you haven't already, I did do a video called Why Fight on Ridges. And this is the exact reason we fight on ridges. It allows you to isolate engagements. I absolutely get to take these guys one at a time because I go to this ridge area here. Now, I put the smoke over there, and then I move over here on the right, and sure enough, they are going to go and focus that smoke. That gives us a really easy side shot here. Change up to the 3 times in the M24 in case I need it. There he is. There's his buddy a little bit further away to the southwest. I'm just seeing if he's going to go and revive his buddy. No, well, if you're not going to revive him, I'm going to hit him. I will actually just clear him, just for the hell of it. TLS Necro, and then the last bloke. Just spamming, and then we're going to go and do that angle of attack again. Move a little bit further over to the right. It's just a tough gig for them. They got caught out of position at the end of the game, but you do your best, and you hope it all comes together. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a different way of looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chicken dinners there. walking you through the last three. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for taking part. I'm Bushka, and until next time, look after yourselves. And, oh yeah, why not join the Discord server, public Discord server? It's down there in the links. Bye for now.